Let's talk about the third largest expense on your food truck, and that is repair and maintenance. Remember, the first largest expense is going to be your food cost, and the second largest will be your labor. Welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach, author of 5 food truck vending books, including Food Truck 101 and Food Truck 201. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business.
Make your next move with American Express Business Platinum. You'll get 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked on AmexTravel.com. Plus, enjoy access to the American Express Global Lounge Collection. And with the welcome offer of 150,000 points, your business can soar to all new heights. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum. Amex Business Platinum, built for business by American Express.
R&M, or repair and maintenance, is rarely top of mind until something breaks and opening is just a couple of minutes away. And that's when the panic sets in. Let me scare you straight into getting yourself into a maintenance program that will help you reduce those repairs. I've talked to a number of food truck owners over the years, and this is what I've discovered through talking to them. Here's their expenses that they deal with on a regular basis. This list does not include anything to do with the tow vehicle or if you have a truck as far as the engine goes, and it doesn't talk about any kind of trailer upkeep or replacing tires. This is only talking about the food equipment on the inside. The number one issue is propane related, from line leaks, regulator adjustments, and low pressure starving the equipment so it doesn't function the way people expect it to function. And don't forget, there's also explosions and there's fires from user error and faulty equipment. The average cost on these repairs range from hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars. The bottom line is respect the propane and get some training from your fire department or a local propane provider. You can't afford not to understand how the propane works. The next most costly repair is water pumps and or water heaters. They fail frequently enough to be the second most reported repair. And my suggestion is, once you achieve any kind of profitability, is to reinvest some of that money into a backup water pump and maybe even a backup water heater. They're not too expensive and they're really easy to change out. And you can be up and running in less than 30 minutes if you had one on hand. Otherwise, you could be out of work for a couple of days while you're waiting on one to be delivered if you can't find one locally. The third thing on the list of most frequent repairs would be refrigeration. The top complaint, of course, is it's not cooling the way it's supposed to be. Almost half of all repairs that deal with refrigeration fall into that category. It's not cooling properly. And the average repair bill for that type of repair is around $500. This is one of the reasons why I recommend setting aside at least 1.5% of your sales for R&M. And remember, that's repair and maintenance. So that way you have money sitting in an account when you need it. Now, before we move on to some of the other repairs, I want to talk to you guys about the quality of the equipment that you're purchasing. Food truck manufacturers and a lot of do-it-yourself owners are cheap, and they often opt for the lowest end equipment they can find, or even no-name equipment, and that equipment breaks down frequently. Spend money on quality equipment. A national survey by one of the largest repair companies in the U.S. found the average request for repair of a beverage air refrigeration unit was once every 33 months. For Trues, it was once every 41 months. And H&K International, those refrigeration units only needed repair on average once every 92 months. Now, yes, they cost way more than the typical Advanco and the other low-end equipment that a lot of folks use in their food trucks and food trailers. But how many $500 repairs does it take to make that cheap, low-quality piece of equipment cost you more than a True or a Beverage Air or a H&K? Fourth on the list is having some type of electrical repair, and the average cost for those are $600. The most common issues would, of course, be generator related, and then outlet related issues. There's no power to my outlet. What's going on? Read the owner's manual for your generator and then schedule the oil changes and all the other maintenance that they recommend in that owner's manual and put it on a calendar so that calendar will remind you. Remember, none of the average costs that I'm talking about here includes lost sales. So if you have your generator go down, not only do you have to worry about repairing the thing, but you're also missing out on sales. The next most frequently reported issue as far as equipment goes on a food truck or food trailer is fryers. And the most common complaint outside of there's a propane issue are there's no heat, meaning that it doesn't kick on, or there's a leaky tank. The average cost to repair a fryer is $700. And I know you're saying, well, a new one only costs about $800 or $900. And again, I'm talking about quality equipment that $900 can't buy. The top equipment on average has one major repair a year. And Pitco's have the least expensive repairs during that repair cycle. And just so you guys know, the two most popular brands for fryers are Pitco's and Frymaster. And they both have over a year before they need repairs on average. Of course, now if you're only open a few days a week, that 1 year stretches out to several years. So what about grills and griddles? Their most common complaint, of course, is not heating up properly. And the average cost to do a lot of repairs on those is around $700 as well. The average repair time for a grill, or the average repair cycle for a grill, is about every 8 months. Remember, again, talking about equipment that is in operation 6 to 7 days a week. So if you are only open a few days a week, then you're going to stretch that time out. But if you're looking to buy the upper crust of equipment when it comes to a grill or a griddle, you're looking for Taylor's or Garland's or Star's. And again, you don't hear Advanco, and you don't hear some of the other brands that are very common in food trucks. The last thing on the list is the sink and water packages, whether it be the storage tanks or the sink itself or the faucets or the hand wash sink. On average, a repair to those is around $400, depending upon if you're having to do welding when there's an issue with the sinks. I have had many leaks in sinks over the years. Even though they're made of stainless steel, they are not impervious to damage. And then, of course, all the pipes and tubes and everything that are underneath, around $400 for repair. Now, I got one little last bit of information to share with you guys to help push you over the edge on, number one, setting up some type of repair and maintenance account that you are funding regularly, and then also to get yourself some education on what you need to do as far as minor repair work and minor maintenance work to keep your equipment operating properly. And that last little bit of scary information is how much the average repairman makes per hour. Now remember, this does not include that initial call and the travel fee that they'll do, because those are usually even more expensive. Plumbers on average $100 an hour. Electricians on average $90. If it also involves hot equipment repair, then it's going to be over $100. HVAC, which also does refrigeration, $110 an hour. So your question should be, how can I reduce my R&M? How can I extend the life of my equipment? Well, the first thing to understand is R&M. Part of it is the M, which is maintenance. And that's the thing I opened up with a few minutes ago. You got to understand there's maintenance. There are things that need to be done to all your pieces of equipment that help keep it in top shape. So go through your equipment manuals. Go through the owner's manuals that come with all your equipment. If you didn't get it, look for it online. Put every required maintenance, whether it's cleaning or some other type of filter changing or whatever the maintenance is, put it on a calendar that has automatic reminders. Then read those equipment manuals and then store them where you can find them, so you have them to refer to when you're out on the road. Don't leave them in your house or in your garage. Keep them on the truck or trailer. Most all manuals have a basic troubleshooting section that will help you to correct minor issues, saving yourself those hourly costs and those travel costs that I just read off to you. And if it doesn't help correct the problem, at least you can tell the repairman why I did this and this and this, so it would cut down on the hours that they're trying to troubleshoot what's wrong. They can jump into the more complicated things that you wouldn't be able to do. Remember to create and fund your own repair and maintenance account so that you have money when those repairs are required. Learn the basic repair skills from professionals or Votech or YouTube, and learn it before you need it, because it's no fun to try to sit there with your phone and scroll through to find a video on YouTube to show you how to do something to your fryer. Think ahead. The best advice is to start today to learn and prepare. Otherwise, you're going to make a poor decision when you have that emergency and something breaks down right before your opening at a big festival. Thank you so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding all the information helpful to your food truck business, please become a monthly supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. Join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new beginners to decades-old veterans. They've all got your back when it comes to helping you with your food truck. And again, thank you for listening. Come back tomorrow, because I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your food truck business grow.